And meanwhile, President Donald Trump has announced that he will pause attacks on Iran's energy plants for 10 days at Tehran's request and said that talks with Iran were going very well, although an Iranian official dismissed a U.S. proposal for ending the conflict as one-sided and unfair. The war has killed thousands of people, spreading to neighboring nations and hit the global economy with soaring energy prices since the United States and Israel launched strikes on February 28th after talks about Iran's nuclear program failed to yield a deal. On Thursday, Donald Trump threatened during a cabinet meeting at the White House to increase pressure on Iran if it did not make a deal, before later posting on social media that he would pause attacks on Iranian energy plants for 10 days until April 6th. Donald Trump later told Fox News that the Iranians had asked for a 7-day pause. There was no immediate reaction from Tehran on this. Iran has not asked for a 10-day pause on strikes on its energy plants, according to the Wall Street Journal, cited peace talk mediators as saying.
U.S. President Donald Trump on Thursday said he was pausing attacks on Iran's energy plants for 10 additional days at the Iranian government's request, adding that talks are going very well. Trump's social post came after he stressed at a morning cabinet meeting that Iranian officials were desperate for a deal to end the war that he and Israel launched last month.
They now have a chance to make a deal, but that's up to them.
A senior Iranian official told Reuters on Thursday that a proposal they received from the U.S. for ending nearly 4 weeks of fighting is, quote, one-sided and unfair. The official said the proposal, conveyed by Pakistan, lacked the minimum requirements for success and served only U.S. and Israeli interests.
We have, along with your foreign policy team, presented a 15-point action list that forms the framework for a peace deal.
U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff confirmed that the U.S. had sent a 15-point action list as a basis for negotiations to end the war. Pakistan's foreign minister said indirect talks between the U.S. and Iran were taking place through messages relayed by Islamabad. Trump has tried to portray Iran as begging for peace after being decisively defeated.
They've been obliterated. Who wouldn't negotiate? They are begging to make a deal. We'll see if we can make the right deal. And if they make the right deal, then the strait will open up. Hormuz Strait will open up.
Tehran has downplayed diplomatic progress. On Thursday, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps released footage of fresh missile launches. The war had effectively closed the Strait of Hormuz, a maritime corridor for nearly 1/5 of global oil and liquefied natural gas. Tehran has said it would allow what it called non-hostile vessels to transit the strait if they coordinated with Iranian officials. Malaysia's prime minister said on Thursday that after discussions with Iran, Egypt, and Turkey, his country's vessels would be allowed through the waterway.
In the meantime, we'll just keep blowing them away, unimpeded, unstopped. Well, there's not a thing they can do about it. They can't do anything about it, you know. I tell you, if they could, you'd be hearing about it.
A Western diplomat said it was not clear if Washington was seeking to end the war or to calm markets before a potential ground operation. Trump is expected to send thousands of troops to the Middle East, driving expectations of a ground invasion.